join the entire Boston Celtics family in welcoming a very special fan all the way from Auckland, New Zealand, Louis Corbett.
Imagine going to see your favorite sports team play right in front of your eyes for the first time. Being the center of attention at TD Garden, one of sports' most well-known and historic stages. It was more than a dream come true for 12-year-old Louis Corbett, but just one of the many sights he wants to remember before losing his vision.
I mean, we didn't know it was happening at all. Catherine, my wife, and I had the word from the specialist that, look, if you want to do anything, do it in this next year because time's running out. And we were just stunned.
Louis, along with his two older brothers, has retinitis pigmentosa, a rare yet genetic eye disease that eventually leads to vision loss over the course of decades. When the Corbett family learned their youngest son's case was accelerated, Louis made a wish list. He wanted to see places like the Grand Canyon, Niagara Falls, the Empire State Building, and the Google headquarters. But number one on his list was to go see the Celtics.
It's just been at the top of my wish list to go to America and see a game. When you watch on TV, you kind of wish you were there, and it kind of makes you feel like you're there. But then seeing it live will just be great, and it'll be a new experience.
But living halfway across the world, the Corbetts didn't know how they would manage a trip to Boston. Little did they know, their neighbor right next door had the answer.
We've watched them for the last couple of years, just sort of starting to become more aware about what they're going through. I come up to Boston every 6 weeks. I know his favourite team is the Celtics. So I decided, well, maybe I could put together a trip.
And he called me over one day and said, look, I just want to run something past you. And had this presentation together about make sure you've got this time free because you're going to the Boston Celtics to go and watch the Celtics play.
Warren Casey helped raise more than $25,000 in just 4 weeks to fund the trip. Then the story started to spread on social media and was picked up by the Grosbeck family on Twitter. Being co-owners of the Celtics and coincidentally having a blind son, the Grosbecks wanted the Celtics organization to get involved.
As soon as we became aware of it, it was just a natural. We had to do more, and we had to try to make this sort of wish come true for Louis.
Once the Celtics got involved on this journey, there was no turning back.
What went through your mind the very second you found out that you were going to America to watch the Celtics?
You don't really know how to think. You're just a bit shocked, and you don't really believe it at first.
When you shake up a can of Coke and let it go, that, and then you've got to try and get it back in the can, and it's impossible.
Louis brought that same energy and excitement to Boston. He got showered in Celtics swag, toured the office, held one of the 17 championship trophies, met his favorite player, Rajon Rondo, and of course, sat courtside at the game. He also scored a couple of other goodies along the way. The ultimate backstage pass for the ultimate wish. What does it mean to you to be with your son during this experience?
Yeah, it's... Louis gets embarrassed because pretty much about every week for about the last 5 weeks this happens. It's huge. Seeing Louis experience this and I know if you've ever seen Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, this is the sport version of Willy Wonka. This is Louis. Everything about it is phenomenal.
It's quite great because just someone to share the adventure with, and it'll just be great to talk to them in 5 more years about the trip and to remember stuff. So it's pretty good having me along.
As the Corbetts continue on their journey and Louis fills his visual memory bank with these experiences, they're also touching a number of lives along the way, even Louis' biggest idols.
I was his favorite player, and we had some words. A very, very happy kid, to go what he's going through, still keep a smile on his face is very humbling.
I look up to kids like that, even though he's, a lot younger than me. He inspires me, to continue to get better, each day. So, I just wish the best for him and, pray for him every day.
It's quite cool seeing people seeing your family and your children through their eyes. So what a lot of people are saying, is the joy, the bravery, the courageousness, and also the strength that we have as a family. But again, that's because people are helping us. We can only be strong because other people are strong for us. So.
Around here, we call that Boston Strong. So it's only fitting that Louis put the Celtics at the top of his list.
It would have been atop my list when I was a 12-year-old boy, you know. And again, that goes to what a big role sports and teams play in the lives of kids.
It's really great that they did this for me, and not everyone would be able to meet the Celtics, so I'm really excited for that, and just thank you for all the people who helped out.